welcome to another episode of Wake Up with the Wiltshires.
Yes, good morning, North Street students. This is April Fool's edition. As you can see, the Woolies have taken over the set here. I promise you it's only temporary, but our co-producers here wanted to do a little joke on the North Street students here today and have the Millbury colors showing, and we may have a few guests as well, a few Woolies themselves. But yes, April Fool's Day to all of you. It happens to also be National Walking Day today. Who knew? So go out and take a walk. It seems like every day is a good day to walk. And of course, yes, it's April Fool's Day. Every day kind of seems like April Fool's Day right now to us. So I think be nice. Don't do any pranks at home to mom or dad. And I want to start off with a quote this morning. This quote is from a book, 365 Days of Wonder. And here's the quote. Don't tell me the sky's the limit when there are footprints on the moon. Don't tell me the sky's the limit when there are footprints on the moon. So as you go through these days, think about how you can continue to push yourself and challenge yourself. KK, why don't you tell us what the day, the weather's going to be today and what day of the week it is that we all know.
The weather is sun with a high of 47 degrees. The day of the week is Wednesday, April 1st.
Excellent. Thank you very much. And Stephen, what do we got for the number of the day today?
The number of the day is 100.
All right. Number of the day is 100. That kind of reminds me of some things we've talked about already in the past few weeks. Caitlin, what does the number 100 mean to you?
It means that there's 100.
There's 100. Okay. All right. There you go. 100. It actually says that, Stephen?
Actually, it reminds me of Caitlin actually brought up a game the other day, and it's called, I think it's 100 or whatever.
Yeah, it's actually called Close to 100. It's a game that a lot of second graders, third graders play at home. You take a deck of cards, you take out all the face cards, so no jacks, no queens or kings. The 10 is worth 0, and the ace is worth 1, and you deal yourself, Caitlin, how many cards do you deal yourself?
4.
You deal yourself 4 cards, and you're going to make 2, correct? You're going to make 2 two-digit numbers. So 2 two-digit numbers, and what you're trying to do is add those two-digit numbers up to get as close to 100 as possible, right? Mm-hmm. So we have an example to show you over here that we did. Caitlin and I played around, and Caitlin came up with 76 and 26 out of her 2 cards, and she added those up, and she got to 102. I ended up getting 35 plus 73. I added those up, and I got 108. So guess who was the winner? Caitlin is the winner of that one. So that's something easily, parents, you can play at home, even fun for the older kids as well. And you want to make it challenging, deal yourself more cards and then play close to 1,000. So maybe you have 3 cards that you could use or something like that, right? So you come up with all fun ways to do that. We do have another special guest today. Stephen and Caitlin put out a request here, and 2 gentlemen that I know very well and I think very highly of, and they are 2 Woolies we have. And Stephen, you want to introduce them to us?
Yeah, we have Mr. Burke and Mr. Hall from Elmwood Street School.
Mr. Burke and Mr. Hall from Elmwood Street School. Caitlin's on her best behavior right now. They're her principals, and make sure Caitlin no silly business now. You have your principals here. I don't want to send you to the principal's virtual office. And Mr. Hall, Mr. Burke, how you guys doing today?
Great. We're fantastic, Mr. Wiltshire. Thank you for having us. I want to say hi to all your Grafton students and to our Woolies today on Woolie Takeover Day. You may remember us as the school that took you down in the reading challenge last year. So, good to see you all.
That's right. That was a few years ago, that reading challenge. That was very fun. And, we thought you'd introduce the word of the day today.
Sure. The word of the day today is Woolies.
That's right. The word of the day today is Woolies. Stephen, tell us a little bit about Woolies and why that is. Because in Grafton, Mr. Burke, they always kind of say, what's a Woolie? That's what I hear all the time.
A Woolly is a type of sheep, and the reason why it's a Woolly is because back then, a long time ago, there was a lot of wool mills, and they spun a lot of wool, so that's why we have the Woolly. There
you go. A lot of mills in Millbury. Who would have known, right? And actually, do you know that the baseballs that the Major League uses, some of the wool, the yarn that's in the baseball is still spun today here in Millbury? A little fun fact that Caitlin and I were talking about. It's the SD spinning mill. Very nice, very nice. We're going to get on to another part of our episode here, and this one is called Getting Nosy. Mr. Burke and Mr. Hall, we have a big face here. It's so bear with us here. It's just a big giant face that has you can put your hand up its nose. I know it sounds very interesting. You can't see it, so I'm sure you're wondering what it is. But Stephen, reach your hand in there and tell us what you feel. What is the mystery object today in Getting Nosy?
It's a cube.
A cube. Okay, all right.
It has 6 sides.
6 sides, which would make it a cube. Are the sides all equivalent?
The sides are all equal, yeah.
All right. So is a cube? When you say it's a cube, it's not. It's could it be a rectangular prism too?
Could be, but since all the sides are the same, so it's not really a rectangular prism.
But is a cube a rectangular prism also? Maybe you should do some research and find that out. Caitlin, you want to reach your hand in here? See what you get? Any guesses what that is? Any guesses?
Probably like a square.
Square. All right. Well, everybody guesses as to what that object is.
Maybe a dice.
A dice. Let's see. It is a dice. Well done. Well done. It is a dice. So parents, again, another way you can do some fun learning at home is just pick random objects, hide them from the kids in a bag perhaps, and let them tell you the characteristics and guess what it is. All right, we are having a lot of fun with wacky words with the Wiltshires, and so we're going to share some wacky words, and I think Mr. Burke and Mr. Hall might have a wacky word to share with us as well. So Stephen, start off with your word. What do you have for us?
I have a yacker, which means a really good curveball.
Yes, yacker is another name for a really good curveball in baseball. Go figure, Stephen comes up with the baseball word. My word of the day today that I came up with, my fun word, is scrumptious. Something that's extremely tasty or delicious. Use that word when you're eating mom's dinner tonight. Tell her it's scrumptious, the dinner is delicious. Caitlin, what'd you come up with?
Ragamuffin.
A ragamuffin, excellent word. What does it mean?
A person, typically a child in dirty clothes.
Yes, a person, typically a child in dirty clothes. Would you consider yourself a ragamuffin sometimes? No. All right, very good. Mr. Hall, Mr. Burke, do you have any wacky words you want to share with us?
We do. Our word of the day, our wacky word is mugwump. Someone who cannot make up their mind or is always switching their mind. So,
Are you sure about that?
No, I'm not sure about that. I haven't decided yet, Mr. Burke.
We'll get back to you on
Yeah,
that
we'll
one.
get back.
Okay, excellent word. I like it. I like it. Let's move on now to funny jokes with
Dad.
Funny jokes with Dad. And this part of our show, you guys are dads as well, so I'm sure you have some funny dad jokes. Let me share one I found with you guys. What do you get if you cross an angry sheep and a moody cow? An angry sheep and a moody cow. What do you get? Not sure, not sure. An animal that is in a bad mood. How about this one, guys? How about this one? What do you call a sheep covered in chocolate?
Wow.
A candy bar. Yes, a candy bar. And actually, being from Boston, I can say bar pretty easily. Do you have a joke for us, dads? Mr. Hall, Mr. Burke?
Oh yeah, we've each got a joke for you.
Oh, all right.
I was driving the other day and I saw a TV on the side of the road for $1. Sign on it said the volume was stuck on full. Of course, my first thought was, I can't turn that down.
I was watching the news the other day, and I saw that they're making a movie about clocks. It's about time.
Excellent. Those are great jokes. Dads always have the best jokes. And now it's time for our last segment of the day, Animal Adaptations March Madness Challenge. And guys, we've been matching animals against each other and talking about their adaptations. So after you hear these, you can tell us which animal you think is should be the best. But before we do that, let's give the winner from yesterday. Drum roll, please, Stephen. The winner yesterday was the flying fox bat. As you know, Caitlin shared those giant bats. Pretty interesting adaptations. Today we have the gecko. It's not a geico, it's a gecko. And we also have the sea turtle. So, Caitlin, why don't you tell us the sea turtle, what their adaptations are, some of them.
Its forelambs are modified into long paddle-like flippers for swimming. The sea turtles are amazing divers and can dive 1,000 feet, and some can stay underwater for 5 hours. Sea turtles have a salt gland to get rid of excessive salt. It is in their eye, which helps prevent sand getting into it when it's on land.
Yeah, really cool. These sea turtles are really amazing. They can dive 1,000 feet. They can stay underwater for some cases for 5 hours. I mean, these things are amazing. No wonder that there's so many efforts trying to save these sea turtles. Go ahead and onto YouTube or National Geographic and watch some videos on sea turtles. They're pretty amazing. But Stephen has an equally amazing adapter to its environment. It's the gecko.
Geckos are able to shed their tail if a predator tries to eat them. Most geckos make noises such as chirping or barking when they are defending their territory. Geckos are able to climb almost any vertical surface because of their lamellae on the bottom of their feet.
Yeah, they have this thing on the bottom of their feet.
Sticky.
It's like sticky, right?
Yeah, and it's so weird. Like they can climb on like vertical stuff, like, and they just like stick onto it. It's so weird.
Yeah, check out these close-up images of the geckos' feet, the bottom of their feet. It's really kind of neat. What do you guys think? Would you think the gecko or the sea turtle has the better adaptations?
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to go with the gecko. I love the gecko in the commercials. I think he's but I really love how cool their feet are and how you can stick them on a glass surface and they'll stick to that glass surface with little ridges in their hands. So.
Yeah, really kind of neat. Really kind of neat.
I'm going to have to go with Caitlin and the sea turtle. Had an opportunity to swim with sea turtles when I was in Hawaii on my honeymoon. Amazing to watch. Excellent.
Very good. Well, Mr. Burke, Mr. Hall, we're so glad you could join us today. I know we're having fun, but this is a good example of how both of our communities can come together to support one another during this difficult time. And we really appreciate everything that you do for Millbury and my kids and the kids here in Millbury and what you guys are doing now. And I know that in difficult times, even though towns, they might compete against each other and we're in sports and whatnot, in times like this, we want to come together. So we're happy to represent Millbury here where we are from, and of course on April Fool's Day. Tomorrow, North Street students, don't worry, the green will be back, and we'll get back to some other fun things we have planned this week. And anything else you want to add, Mr. Hall, Mr. Burke?
Yeah, just real quick. First of all, thanks for having us on, Mr. Wiltshire. We really appreciate it being on with you and your kids as well. Mr. Burke and I, we have some animals here. We have a little extra time on our hands, so we figured we'd open a little, take care of some animals and have people stop by and see them here. So
A little roadside zoo.
your roadside zoo.
Excellent.
We're also super impressed with those students you've got there in your house. Wonder if we could just ask them a question. Where is it they went to elementary school?
We went to I went to my elementary school actually at Elmwood Street School, and now I'm at the Shaw Elementary School in Millbury.
Okay, all right, not bad.
Excellent.
I am still in Elmwood with you guys.
Yes, you are.
You have to put up with us every day.
Caitlin, have you ever been to the principal's office?
You guys appreciate it.
All right, thank you guys. And the Wiltshires always like to remind you, it's a great day to smile. Happy birthday, Paulo, Erin.